In the last video, we were able to display a list of tasks onto our browser, and we did it with the createElement method. This, however, can get pretty tedious, and for this reason, we'll be using JSX. JSX looks a lot like HTML. If you're not familiar with HTML, no problem. We're going to start off by recreating this ordered list with the JSX syntax. To do so, we're going to delete these for now. And we're going to start off with an opening tag, ordered list, and a closing tag for the ordered list, like so. And inside of these two tags, inside of the ordered list, we can simply declare our list item. To declare a list item, just like we declared our ordered list, it's going to have an opening tag of li and a closing tag of li. And inside of the list item tags, we can write down our content. For example, right here, I could write hello world. And there you go. We just created our first element and displayed it in our browser with JSX. And we displayed it as a list item of an ordered list. We can actually add 3 more items by just putting some spacing right here and copying and pasting this at least twice more. And now we get an ordered list of 3 hello worlds. Now the goal is to get these tasks from our array to these list items. What if I tried to individually access each element from the array in the list item tags? Like so. What if I tried to write tasks 0 to access the first task in the array, tasks 1 to access the second task in the array, and tasks 3, the third task. Clearly it doesn't work. It simply outputs exactly what we wrote onto our browser. The trick is, in order to write JavaScript code inside of these tags, simply enclose them with 2 curly braces. And do that for every single tag. Oh, messed this one up. And task number 3. All right. And it actually displays our tasks on the ordered list. So big thing to note is that whenever you want to write JavaScript expressions and include them in these tags, they must be enclosed by 2 curly braces. Simple enough. And once again, we don't want to hard code these 3 list items on our ordered list. Rather, we want the amount of list items to reflect the number of tasks inside of our array. To do so, we're going to have a JavaScript expression inside of our ordered list. So enclose it with 2 curly braces, and the expression being tasks.map, again, such that it iterates through every task. And for every task that it loops through, we want to implicitly return a new JSX element. Opening tag li and closing tag li, where each list item contains the respective task that we're looping through. We're going to delete these hard-coded list items and work with the ones generated from our tasks array and passed in as content for our ordered list. We run your app and everything works as expected. Instead of declaring JSX elements individually, we mapped out an array of JSX to describe our content. This is nothing new. We already did it in the last video, except this time with JSX. Although if you open up the developer tools, we still get that same error as before. Every element in an array must be represented by a unique key prop. If you remember from before, declaring your key prop was done in the second argument of createElement. Except in JSX, declaring your key prop is done in the opening tag of each list item, such that each key is going to equal the task itself. Your build should auto-reload and the error goes away. However, what would happen if, for whatever reason, your array had duplicate entries? I'm going to duplicate both the first and second task. And we get an error because the key props for each React element are not unique anymore. That is why it is better to represent them with the index of the array instead. Once again, the index of an array that's currently being iterated through is provided to us by the map functionality in the second argument, which we can declare as index, and simply place the index of your array as the unique key. And everything works just fine. Now you might be wondering, this JSX code, it's not really JavaScript. How are we able to run non-JavaScript code and have it work? Well, if you remember from before, I did say that many boilerplate configurations like Webpack and Babel were needed to work with React. Well, our app at the moment, since we made it with the Create React App template, it installed all of these configurations which are compiling this JSX code into actual JavaScript that are browser compliant. This JSX code, even though we're writing it as such, it's being compiled as the create element methods that we saw before. Create elements. Which is perfect because we get to use the elegance and cleanliness of JSX without having to nest elements upon elements with the create element method, but still have all of this compile as JavaScript code. Right now, all we've displayed in our web page is an ordered list. What if I also wanted to display a big header tag that says task list, a big title right here, along with our ordered list? Would we simply just wrap everything up in brackets? And then along with my ordered list, can I simply just declare my header tag right here? Let's try it out. To declare a header, open tag h1 and closing tag h1. And the header will simply say task list. And obviously it fails to compile. Adjacent JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. This enclosing tag that they're referring to is the div tag. So instead of these brackets, we must wrap these JSX expressions with an opening tag div and a closing tag div. I'm just going to fix the margins real quick, like so. And your app should run, and behold, we get both our title and our ordered list. Now you might be asking yourself, what is this div tag? The div tag does nothing more than contain your JSX elements. Why do we need a div tag to enclose our elements? When writing JSX, as a rule of thumb, everything must equate to a single JSX element. We cannot have this element equal to two separate JSX elements. We must encapsulate them with a div tag, such that these two sub-elements make up the main element that we're going to render on our web page. In the next video, we'll take a look at how we can display more React elements.